Hello everyone, welcome back to BistroBuzz TV. Today we're going to be making easy baked salmon, so let's get started. Okay, we have here the dill and we've got the thyme, and what I'm going to do is cut these up just a little bit, not everything, but I'm just going to cut up just a little bit. I'm going to place it into the dish here, and then we're going to add some butter so that we can get some of our butter ingredients going. So let's go ahead and get started. We have cut up a little bit of dill and we've cut up a little bit of thyme, and you can see here we have a generous portion left that we're going to place on top of the salmon when we start to cook the salmon. So what I'm going to do now is add the butter. I'm going to mix this up and then we will have our herb butter. So let's go ahead and get started. The dill and the thyme has been mixed with the butter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on this, and I'm going to mix that up, and then I'm going to place this in the refrigerator, and then we're going to let it sit for about 4 hours before I start cooking the salmon. So that will give the butter a little bit of time to go ahead, and the flavors will get in the butter really well. So I'm going to go ahead and add the salt and pepper, and this is going to go into the refrigerator. I'm just showing you how much pepper I put onto the butter. You can't really see the salt, but you can see the generous portion of pepper that is placed on the butter. I'm going to place this into an airtight container and place it in the refrigerator. We're now going to start on the marinade for the salmon. We're going to start with 1/4 cup of the extra virgin olive oil. We've now added the 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. I'm now going to add salt and pepper. We've added the salt and pepper, and you can see here there's a generous portion of the pepper added. So what I'm going to add now is lemon juice. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of lemon juice. The lemon juice that I'm using this brand. It's very, very good, and you can use any lemon juice that you would like, but I really like to use this brand of lemon juice. I've added 2 tablespoons of lemon pepper, and you can see here how that looks now. So once you add the lemon pepper, it puts a little bit more flavor. You can leave out the lemon pepper if you would like, but I really like to add the lemon pepper. So now we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of sugar. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. All of the ingredients have been added except for the butter, so I'm just going to mix this really, really well. And you can leave the sugar out, but the sugar really makes a big difference, I believe. So if you want to leave the sugar out, that is fine, but if you do add the sugar, you'll taste a little bit of that sweetness in the marinade, and it makes it so good. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, and I'm going to take about ½ cup of butter. I'm going to place that in the microwave. I'm going to melt that, and the first step we're going to do is place the salmon into the butter first, and then we're going to place the salmon into this marinade and let it marinate for about 4 hours. We have our butter, so what I'm going to do is place this in the microwave for about 40 seconds. What we really want to do is melt all of the butter, and then we're going to place the salmon into this butter, and then we're going to place it into our marinade. So let's go ahead and get started with this step. We've had the butter in the microwave for 40 seconds. This is a very good consistency here, and I'm going to take the remainder of the dill and thyme. I'm going to rinse it off, cut it into small pieces, and place it into the butter. I cut up some of the dill and the thyme. I place it into the butter. I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm going to save a little bit of the dill and thyme to place on top of the salmon when we're actually baking it. But for right now, I'm going to prepare the salmon, and I will show you how I place it into the refrigerator for the marinade to begin. The way I do the marinating is I take one of these large Pyrex dishes. You can see here, this is one of the larger ones, and can you see this? It's one of the large Pyrex dishes, and what I'm going to do is line this with foil, and I will show you what I do next. Okay, I've lined the dish with foil, and you can see here that I've got a larger piece of aluminum foil, because what I'm going to do is when I get the marinade on the salmon, I'm going to cover the salmon with the foil. So let's go ahead and start getting ready for that step. Here's our salmon. So you can see that I've got it in the Pyrex dish, and I've got enough foil that I can cover it once we place the marinade on it. So what I'm going to do first is the butter mixture that we had. This is the butter and the dill and the thyme. I'm going to place that on the salmon first. Then what I'm going to do is take our other marinade mixture and I'm going to place that onto the salmon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that step now. I've added the marinade mixture with the butter, the dill, and the thyme. You can see here. Place it over each of the different pieces of salmon. Very well. And what I do also, you don't have to do this step, but I usually do it. When I place the marinade onto the salmon, I take a spoon and I take the spoon and I kind of make little places in the salmon where the marinade can go into the salmon. So you can do that if you would like, or you can skip that step. Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take our other marinade, which is the lemon juice, the salt, the pepper, the sugar, the lemon pepper, and the olive oil. I'm going to place that onto the salmons now, and let's go ahead and get started with that step. The marinade with the olive oil and the sugar, salt, pepper, lemon pepper has been added to the salmon here, you can see. So you can see how it appears in the Pyrex dish now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to place it in the refrigerator for about 4 hours. And then when I cook it, I'm going to leave the foil on it. I'm not going to remove the foil. I'm going to leave the foil on it. And that way all of these flavors are going to be in the salmon. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this up. I'm going to place it in the refrigerator for 4 hours. And we will be back when we get ready to cook the salmon. We're going to bake on 350 for 20 minutes and we will be back. Here is the salmon after baking 350 for 20 minutes. So now we're going to serve up, so enjoy. Thank you for visiting BistroBuzz TV. Please like and subscribe. Come back to visit us again soon. Thank you.